Okay, I think that all of us here know what this video is going to be about. I don't like to hide myself behind a finger, and like I'm pretty sure that many of you know what happened on Twitter during the previous weeks and in general. And I think that after the break I took, it's time to explain, not only to explain everything that happened, but also asking sorry. Because like apologize are due, and like I made horrible mistakes. I chose to put my face in this video, even if many members of my community know why I basically stopped going for webcam stream. Basically, one of the reasons why I reached that mental breakdown situation. But before we reach that, I would like to ask sorry, because I think that that's the most important thing now. Then, if people want to hear what happened and everything, I think that I can explain. But like asking sorry is the first thing that you have to do. So the list is really long. It's basically I hurt many people, even some people who I loved to consider friends. I don't know if they'll be able to understand and forgive me. I don't expect that. Like, I understand the reactions, but I know how wrong I did to every single one of them. Like, the first person I'm going to ask sorry about, ask sorry to, is Alonsi. Because I want to start a bit earlier from the big chaos. Alonsi and everyone who took part to the tournament she organized with Moral Distress. Because that was the first crack I had to my mental health, to my attitude, and like I was starting to lash out. To be honest, it's starting since a while, but like that was one of the first big point where it happened. And like my reaction, even if maybe it can come from reasonable points, it was with the wrong people. It was with the wrong people. Because like they set an amazing event dedicated to a really important cause, and like negating that thing with my reaction was really unnecessary. Like Alonso is a person who believed in me, and I broke her heart, and like I have no excuses for that. So the first person I have to ask sorry is her, like without any doubt. Then I repeat, the list is really long. Like I should go for the person I retweeted when we had that discussion about the plague. And there the topic is really large because like basically I still believe that as a society we have to improve with our language. Still believe that word can be avoided and has to be avoided in the future. But it's really pointless for me expecting that someone who comes from the society we are actually knows of that, because like this is still a word used in certain ways in our society, and even if it's problematic at the moment, in a general way it's not considered as problematic but as a colloquial way. So basically it was a personal trigger, and with more control of myself I had to understand that instead of creating pointless drama at the end of the day. Another person I want to ask sorry is Vulpixia. Like, Vulpixia is one of the first who tried to jump in the topic. And even if part of the community, but because like here we know that basically Twitter is open to everyone. We have no control on who can read our stuff, and like people can react however they want. Like people who were followers were basically attacking me after tweet, and like I took it personal. But like Vulpix as a person, I think stands for the right things. She's a person I respected, I still respect, even if I had a moment of hostility against her and I didn't have to. And like, I didn't have to react as I did. Another person, like, I did really wrong was Milk Dad. Like, this person is really upset at me, but I think because, like, she's Daisy. I'm sorry, I don't know your pronounce actually. I think I heard someone using she, but like, considering that I don't know, I prefer to use they, them. I hope you can understand if it's the thing, but like, I really cannot check out. So I hope you can understand. So I'm trying to be respectful as much as possible of your identity because I don't know. And like I understand why they can be upset on me. Like the Jane of the last period wasn't a nice Jane. Jane of the last period wasn't a nice Jane. So being basically upset at that Jane is more than fair. The next ones I want to ask sorry are all my friends that I've been really unfair with for trying to correct my wrong behavior. And these are Vicky, Billy, uh, Ruby. Like there are many people I hurt with my reaction because like basically I went in a super defensive mode that basically was self-destructive. And then, most importantly, I ask sorry to the whole trans DVD community because, like, I think that we all deserve more. We all deserve better, and like after that, I've been so active for our activities and promoted the trans week of awareness, and something that I want to do again. I think that I have to be more careful about what's going on, myself, my reactions, and the discussions I bring around me. It's like it's not only about me. Like everything that happened basically had a reaction against the trans community as well, and like I don't think that like that's the thing that basically I feel more ashamed for. Not because the other persons are not important, but because like I betrayed basically my whole main purpose. Now, I want to like I know that many of you like will not accept me being sorry. It's fair. Like what I did was hurtful for you. Your feelings are valid, and I'm gonna respect this. Like I don't expect everything coming back like flowers and rainbow. Not tomorrow, not today, maybe not even in a year, maybe never again. But I think it's maybe useful to explain why I reached this point because like I'm in this community for 4 years, and like people know more or less how I am. Many know more or less how I am. Being that actually It's proved by the fact that some people reached me worried about my mental health. It's like they were afraid that I could do something you cannot come back from. So I think it's important to explain all of this because, like, I repeat, I don't want to use this as a justification because, like, the hurt you cause, like, can come from wherever. Like, the violence you do for suffering against violence doesn't justify your violence. Okay, so I'm not looking for a justification. I'm looking for a whole explanation. It's like I think that after everything I did, after everything I want to work on, and I still believe in, I think that explaining what happened is the most important thing. Because like I'm not that Jane. You know me. People know me. At least the ones who follow me, the ones who tried to reach me, the ones who saw my stuff in the past. It's something happening from a longer time. Basically, many of you know how long I had to wait for my HRT. HRT is hormonal replacement. Basically, in the whole past 3 years, like I had to deal with doctors who delayed the appointments, who delayed the analysis and stuff like that. At the end of the last year, basically I had to start. Many probably will remember. But then the doctors discovered something in my blood and told me if you don't do this stuff, you go for analysis again. Like this can be risky for your health. That single event basically locked away all my will of interacting in the real world. Not because I don't feel like I'm valid or not, like it's not about that. It's about I thought that something important was coming, something that could allow me to feel more of myself, also behind this screen. But actually, I had to wait again for a time that I don't even know. And it's a sort of a negative loop, like it's basically what I worked on for the whole year with my therapist. Like I needed to lose weight, but the more stressful events happen, the more I feel like I needed to eat because it's a way I have to deal with the stress. And so this never-ending loop basically blocks me. Like I'm a blocked person. Now I'm working more. Like I think that this break helped me also understanding this, and I'm kind of confident that I can start getting on my health enough to start everything before the end of the year. Like I really want to work for that. It doesn't matter what, before the end of the year, I want to start my hormonal therapy. That I think is the most beneficial thing for my mental health. It's like the person behind the screen is more important than the Jane icon that you can see or else. Now, this is an important point that I'm gonna take again later. Many things happened during these months. Like, this was the hardest year as a Dead by Daylight content creator, even if it was my year of max exposure. The Trans Awareness Week bringed attentions to me. I got attacks. I get death threats. You saw this stuff. Like, you saw this stuff. Like, I share this stuff. I'm not gonna share anything about that again in the future. Like, I'm reactivating Twitter mainly to post this video, and then I'll use it in a professional way. Like, I'm going live. I'm working on this. This video is on. Sharing some clips. But like my social interactions on Twitter are gone. Like I don't have any will to have social interactions on Twitter. That's a point that I'm gonna reach. But like I want you to remember this point, because like this point about the HRT is really important to explain where I am with my health. And like this year was the year of max exposure for me. Like the Trans Awareness Week bringing attentions, positive attentions, of course. Like I'm proud of everything we did, but also more people to deal with. Many didn't like what I did for the Trans Awareness Week because, you know, we live in a world where this stuff is not understood. Like the purpose of stuff like Pride Month and the Trans Awareness Week like are not understood. And this is actually really, really, really important to speak about. Other things happened this year. There was the Hadi stuff. The Hadi stuff was something I invested on a lot, and that stuff also bring attention to me. I invested and even lost a lot. In particular, one person, I'm not gonna share names and anything, and even the backstory. But like, if this person is watching, like, I miss you a lot. Like, I took some choices, like, also because I feel like what we built together felt like it wasn't existing anymore, and like, I felt really hard. And like, there's not a single day where I miss you. Where I don't miss you, sorry. Even if what I said and what I did was in the interest of you, and even me in a certain sense. Because I feel like only me and you will understand. Like this is like just a little parenthesis. Not a lot of you will understand. If this only person will watch this video, like I hope that they know that I love every single second I spent with them, and I cared of them like even my real sister. Even my real sister. Maybe even something more. I don't know. That like you were an important presence in my everyday life. Many will not understand. Many will think that it's because I did something. I don't mind. Like one of the things that I learned during this break is I don't expect everyone to understand. Like I have to do the things for the people I care, and for the ones who I can protect and create a safe space around. I cannot praise anyone. So think whatever you want about this. Like only one person will understand, and if they see like it's good. If they don't see like these are words lost in the wind. Anyway, they had this situation also bring some stress. Like there were the classic hater. There are people who don't like Hadi for the most different reason, like from body shaming to real sources of racism. I think Hadi is one of the most important characters that Dead by Daylight made, because like it's a representation for Indian people, it's a representation for different body type, it's a representation for a kind of femininity was lacking in medias. And like that's a character that I really wanted to defend and to promote. So I don't regret anything. I think that what we got was worth it. But like I invested a lot of energies, and like that situation drained me, especially because like I lost someone who was really important to me. March. Not even the time to celebrate for Adil, like the School Merchant was released. A School Merchant, for who doesn't know, is maybe the most hated killer in the game. And like, I don't care if you hated the killer in the game. Fine, everyone hates a killer in the game. Right now, I hate Sadako with a passion. But like, the situation on the School Merchant was becoming something else. Once again, like, I tried to speak about this because like I was getting threats, I was getting direct insults, it was evolving in transphobia, it was evolving in direct threats, and like every interaction on Twitter became super full of toxicity. Also, you have to add like the things you read in other chats, like people speaking of other people for playing a character, people saying some stuff that sound really violent for just playing a character. And like, I repeat, till you don't like the character, it's fine. But there it was becoming personal. I know other individuals who had to deal with this kind of stuff. Like, that wasn't about me. Like, once again, I was the most visible this kind of situation. And like, already this kind of situation was something else that actually broke my mental health even more. It was really draining. Like, I couldn't play something that was giving me new energies to create contents in the game, that I had to deal with people basically speaking of other stuff in a hateful way. For me, just enjoying a character, not even in the way for what she's hated for, you know? And like, I've been even the most vocal about changing that kind of playstyle, so I really don't understand. But like, in general, like, that was problematic. And like, that was like a huge step to my spiral of self-destruction, because basically I was self-destructing myself. The real coffin, non-coffin, nail on the coffin of the mental health of Jane is 2023 was June though. Like, the Pride month was a month where I wanted to invest a lot. I really believed in, because I thought it could be a point of start for the whole community, especially for the trans community. Instead, this year I felt like, not all in DBD, in general, like Pride month felt really off. We have to deal with politicians like negating trans rights. We have to deal with the owner of the same platform that I try to use to spread these messages, being transphobic themselves. I'm speaking of Twitter. So, like, the lack of safety was really perceived there. And also the lack of awareness. Also the lack of awareness about the trans community. Like, in Dead by Daylight, we didn't have a real trans representation in any of the events set by Behavior. Maybe they are going to work on these in the future, like, I hope so. I know that they care. At least I know that the heart of many developers in Behavior is in the right place. But that's still something that didn't happen during June. And in the meanwhile, it was even more problematic for me, because like, you know, you see here me with my face, like, people know that I stopped with the face cam streams, at least for now, because like, June for me was important. Like I wanted to reset with the facecam streams and staying with this forever. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Like at the moment I started to stream again with the facecam, my photos were used for memes, my photos were used to create 8 full accounts, and like Twitter doesn't protect you against that. If you create a report for impersonification, Twitter does nothing. Because even if you show your ID card, because usually this is how they act, like they are gonna see my ID card for what my government at the moment can give to me. And so they don't recognize the person in the photo as the one with the ID card, and like they don't take actions. And this is a problem. Basically, we go back to the point where I felt like lack of safety, lack of awareness, and like a world that was less and less welcoming for me and people like me. This really burned me out. Like, it felt like everything that I tried to promote in a positive way wasn't working. And what I was left with was toxicity, anger, depression. My way of dealing with depression is not nullifying myself, like doing nothing and giving up with everything. But it's embracing a spiral of self-destruction with full of rage. It's what happened. I'm not justifying it. I'm not justifying it. This is just something that shown me that I have limits. And that I have to take control over this. I have to recognize the signs, and I have to work on this. So, I don't think that I'm a bad person, but I did bad things. I'm not gonna hide myself. You can do bad things even while being not a bad person. I don't want to say I'm a good person, but I don't want to say I'm a bad person, because like I think that my main goal here wasn't hurting someone else, and like my activities during these years have to prove it. Like I'm around this community for 4 years, and like people who really know me know that I'm not that person, and that something was going wrong. I still don't justify what I did. Like I'm not looking at this as an alibi. I'm looking at this as a starting topic for something else. Because like during these days, someone else showed me a reaction of another trans person to other cases of transphobia they are dealing with. And they are upset as well to this world system. Because like we keep celebrating Dead by Daylight as a really queer, welcoming community. And I agree for many points. But I also think that we are under attack, and like we are not seeing it. It reminds me, like, I don't know if you played the first Mass Effect, but like where you have the Citadel and everyone living perfectly and fine. But the Reaper are coming. And if you are not like ready to address this threat, like, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. This is not about me. Like, I accept a lot of the critics, the calling out, the rage of some people, like the rage of Mick that is justified, the rage of my friends. If it's rage, like, or just disappointment, I understand that. But I really struggle at accepting comments like narcissist and emotional vampire. I had to deal with a lot. And like my activities weren't for me. I bring the attention to problems that are affecting more people. And I was a direct person witnessing all of this on my skin. On a daily basis for almost 1 year. My incomes from my activities are not huge. Basically, what I get is invested back in channel arts, Dead by Daylight contents, new tools to keep streaming. Like, I'm reinvesting everything to keep doing this, basically. At the moment, this, like, even if I dream to make it become a job, but was anything but a job. Because, like, I really believe in that goal that I always try to speak about. More inclusivity, more awareness for the trans people, and a more positive environment, even if I failed during these months, like I admit it, like I've been truly negative. And like, I understand why people prefer to take a step back from what they did. But like, I think that context is important. Like, I don't justify what I did. Like, I ask sorry for everything. But part of the narrative, like, should be put in a context. And like, I don't really like how all my feelings about how I felt during these months are recognized as less valid, because like I invested a lot, emotionally, physically, mentally, till a point where I didn't see my fall coming, my mental breakdown coming. Something that I'm working on with a therapist, with medicines. Like, I'm doing a bit better, for who cares about it. I'm still recovering, but like, I'm doing better. Because of this reason, like, I limit my social interactions a lot. Like, my main contents will be Twitch, YouTube, and then some funny clips on Instagram and TikTok. But like, I don't plan to fight the windmill anymore. I think that what I'm going to do, not without I think, what I'm going to do will be working more on my areas, on my safe spaces, for me and for the people who I want to support. Like, I understood that you cannot make a rock breath, basically. Like, transphobia is a thing. It's not a thing that only one person can defeat. And like, speaking about it, being vocal about it, facing it directly, like, it's only something that is gonna drain you till it takes all the best of you, and what it left, it's just an empty shell surrounded by anger and toxicity. So what I'm going to do will be working on more controlled environments. So mainly Twitch, like Into the Soul, the project I was developing with TinyB. Like, this is what I'm going to be. Like, I think that creating safe places is more important than showing all the negativity. We know that the negativity exists, like, and as a society we should all fight this together. But it has to start from making our spaces safe for everyone. And like, this is what I want to focus more on in the future. Like, I don't want to address pointless discussions. Like, DBD Twitter and Twitter in general lately felt a bit off. I saw people attacked for opinions about the game, people fighting for perks, us versus them, comp versus pubs. Really violent language while speaking of these topics. this person is this because like they are a pub player, they don't understand anything of the game, has comp players, but the comp players make the games wet, but this killer is broken, but this... Like, yeah, like, we all know that the game has problems, but like, if you really hate the game, like, I suggest you to take a break. Like, I feel like a lot of this, like, you know, when you keep saying something till that stuff becomes true. I feel like a lot of stuff in the DBD community are like that. Like, a lot of the problems happen because we keep enforcing the negative narrative around that topic. So, I don't want to really be part of that. I want to work more on my stuff, on my vision of the game. I have to admit that since I stopped with that, like, I'm enjoying the game more. With a new philosophy. There are things I don't like, for example, I really don't like the new Sadako. I think that the new Sadako is terribly unfun to play against, and really uninteractive as a gameplay as well. Like, I'm pretty sure that people would not agree with me, especially Sadako mains, but like, I'm not interested in this kind of topics. Like, everyone enjoys different things, and it's up to the developers taking the feedback and making it become like something that can improve the quality of the game. And honestly, like, I'm seeing a reaction of them to some stuff being faster and faster. So I'm really confident and I want to believe in this, at least. I think I said a lot. Like, I tried to explain where I was coming from. I asked sorry to everyone I hurt. I want to add Valeria to the list. It's like, in her own way, like, she tried to help me and support me. And I want to thank Tiny B, Sista Karen, Wolsem, all the ones who reached me, worried for me and what I could do during a moment like this. And especially my community. Like, my community has been impressive as a support. Like, I didn't even think I deserved them for everything that happened, but like, they remember me, why I'm here, why I'm Dead by Daylight content creator, and that I have to put my face in all, and everything I do. So even if me showing my face was one of the reasons of what barred me, like, I think that doing it again for this video was important, because I want to put my face and stuff like this, and not hiding myself behind a picture of Jane crying or the VTube model. Like, I wanted to be me, I wanted to speak directly with you and looking at you directly in your eyes while saying all of this stuff. Most likely memes will come and other kind of stuff. Like, I repeat, I don't care anymore. Like, I think that what we can do is working for the people we care about and protecting them and protecting ourselves. Like, this is a world where our main goal should be creating safe areas. And like, this is what us as content creators should do. I did it wrongly during the last months. I'm going to work during this whole August to improve my mental health and mindset. In September, to basically restart completely with what I want to build, because I have really cool projects on the ends, if you can believe it or not. And then, yes, I want to work again for the Trans Awareness Week, because it's something I really believe in it, and I think it's needed. Now more than ever. I made mistakes. I'm holding up to this. But I really believe in everything we did. And I think that addressing the problems that I caused, like, will be a way to understand what I don't have to do in the future, and to promote what I always wanted to promote. I did it well until a few months ago. I know that I can do it again, and I want to do it again, because I really believe in it. If you stood till the end of this video, thank you so much, because it means that you really wanted to listen everything of this. If you didn't, still thank you for still thank you. I understand your feelings about this, and I repeat, these are valid. Like, I did you wrong, and like, it's fair that you feel like this. These are words, of course, like, I understand if you don't want to believe this or not, but I'm working on it, and like, I'm gonna stay away from all the environments that can push me again to the lower limits. I got the lesson. I got that I have my weaknesses, but you know, even Superman has the kryptonite in the comics books. Like, even superheroes are weak to something in the comic books. So imagine if a normal human being like cannot have to deal with moments of weaknesses. The important thing is acknowledging these. Like, you don't. This is my main suggestion to everyone else. Don't look at your weaknesses as a problem. Yeah, these are a problem in a certain way, but like, this doesn't make you problematic. But working on this, understanding this, is a way to help you at becoming stronger. And this is what I aim to do. Becoming stronger for me, but especially for who chose to believe in me till now. For who will believe in me in the future, and even for who will not believe in me at all. It's like, I hold no grudges to anyone. The only thing I care about right now is the positive things I can do, and not engage in fights and anything. Like, even if I kept having attacks and really horrible messages keep happening. But like, I don't want to focus on this. Like, now I'm more in in control of myself and my feelings, and of the platforms that where I want to be at here. Thank you so much. I hope that we can rebuild something positive and cool for the whole community in the really close future. I appreciate it. Jane.